Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about a story about Abraham, okay? So God gave Abraham a special gift, right? And that was his son Isaac. So one day God wanted to test Abraham, like if he was in school, right? So God wanted to see if Abraham liked Isaac more or if he loved God more, okay? So one day God told Abraham, I have seen how much you love Isaac. Tomorrow, I want you to take him to a place that I'm going to show you. And when you get there, I want you to give Isaac, your son, to me as a sacrifice. Abraham heard this. It felt like it was lightning going through his heart. How could he sacrifice Isaac, which was his son? This was something hard for Abraham to do, right? Because it was his son and it was his favorite gift from God. So Abraham had to decide if he would love God more or if he'd love his son Isaac more. So Abraham and Isaac went walking right to the place God was going to show them, and it took them 3 days until Abraham saw the place that God had chosen for them. So since it was super high in the mountains, they had to climb up. They were climbing. Isaac told his dad, "Dad, where are we going? What are we going to do?" But Abraham did not want to tell Isaac what God had said. All he said was that we were going to give a sacrifice to the Lord, and this was going to show our love for him. But then Isaac, his son, said, "But we've brought the wood for the fire and a lantern to start it, but where is the lamb to sacrifice?" Then his dad Abraham said, "God will provide a lamb for us." So when Abraham and Isaac, his son, got to the mountain, they began to gather the stones together, right? And then Abraham, he grabbed Isaac and he wrapped them around in some rope. Then he put him on a large rock. And when he was on the rock, Abraham reached in his pocket to grab a knife. And he went up like this. And when he was right here, God said, Abraham, don't hurt the boy." So then Abraham dropped his knife safely to the ground. And then God said, "Abraham, I have seen you. You were willing to give me your son, which is your favorite gift, and this shows me how much you love me. Now I know that you love me more than anything in the world." And then Abraham looked up and he saw something. Behind him, he saw a ram in the bush. And Abraham and Isaac together brought the ram to the rock and they gave it to the Lord as a gift. So even though God made them go through a hard test, God never stopped loving them. He never stopped loving Abraham. God had provided his own animal just as Abraham had told his son Isaac. One day on the same mountain, God was going to sacrifice his own son, and this time no one was going to stop him. When God was going to do this, this would be the perfect gift that would take the death for all of our sins. So it was going to cover all of our mistakes. Okay guys, that's the end of the story. If you guys want to have arts and craft, I made one. So you can draw a sheep in the bush or the ram. And once you draw it, you could put cotton balls on it, just like a sheep is, because it's fluffy. And then remember, God commands us to love him more than we love his gifts. So this means that we have to love God and the things he tells us to do more than the things he gives us. God also gave Jesus, which is his son, as the best gift of all. Bye guys.